Good day and welcome back to another DBZ Dokkan battle video. In this video we are going to take a look at the new Dokkan event that recently released for the Strength Kid Buu. So this is a brand new Dokkan event. Basically it's for the awakening of Kid Buu. There's no real other reason. It's pretty much self-explanatory. Kid Buu himself, there's a new stage, stage 4, and the medals will drop for him from there. You need to get 77 of them to fully awaken Kid Buu. That's this kind of standard for all Dokanfest exclusives. Then there is an effective category, or effective link I should say. The Supreme Power Link is what you're going to need to do to be able to do increased damage. Now, a lot of Majin Buu Saga units have Supreme Power, and Patari units have Supreme Power, as it's kind of connected with the whole Kais. I think it's people who've had connection with Kais, but a lot of people in the Majin Buu Saga have it. So, yeah, pretty common link. You can build a pretty easy team to get that done. Nothing too crazy. What we're going to do is we're going to build one, just whatever kind of team. We're going to use this youth team here with all these Gotenks and special pose units, and we're just going to basically see how this team does. It is got quite a few free-to-play units, so that is something that is relatively cool and is pretty dope overall. So yeah, I think for the most part this won't be any more difficult than any other event. The Majin Buu doesn't seem to have an ability like Goku, so in the Goku event there is a kind of countdown timer ability that essentially will cause a whole bunch of damage to you. The moment that his ability counts down, he'll cause a whole bunch of damage to you. Not too much of an issue here. Buu doesn't seem to have that in this Dokkan event. It's a lot more straightforward. Although that being said, Buu does hit a little bit harder, which is one of those things. Obviously, Kid Buu, he's the latest, or one of the latest DFEs to come to Dokkan Battle Global, and he looks pretty good. To be completely fair, he looks pretty solid. His kit looks great. He's got Ki +3, attack and defense of 180%, plus an additional attack and defense of 30% with each attack performed, up to 120% in total. He also launches an additional attack that has a medium chance of becoming a super attack. He recovers 20% HP at the end of the turn in which an attack was received, and he has a great chance of nullifying unarmed super attacks directed at the character, which is pretty good and pretty cool overall. In terms of his active skill, he has attack and defense plus 20% in battle, and he also can activate it after he's been hit 6 times. So Strength Kid Buu, pretty interesting kit set. That heal's going to be pretty big. It's pretty big. It's going to be interesting to see how effective that is. Obviously overall, I think it'll be quite a lot of fun just to see how Buu does overall. In terms of his categories, he's a Resurrected Warrior, Majin Buu Saga, Transformation Boost, Artificial Life Forms, Majin Power. It's a bit weird that he doesn't have, he doesn't seem to have the Power Absorption category, which is a little bit strange, just considering that like most Buu units have Power Absorption category. But I guess most of the Kid Buu units don't have it. Although it is, the only real shame, because he would really help out the Power Absorption category, like quite a lot, and I think he'd do really good work there. So, but again, it's not the absolute end of the world. Still a really good unit, and yeah, looks really solid. In terms of the Dokkan event, like I said, doesn't seem to be too hard. We're using a pretty free-to-play friendly team here. We've got the LR Friend Great Saiyaman, the Friend Summon Great Saiyaman 1 and 2. We've got the Int Great Saiyaman, the one that transforms from the Gohan team. And then we've also got a pretty decent selection of units. We've got the Gotenks, we've got the Gotenks and Ghost unit, we've got the Strength Gotenks, we've got the Physical Gotenks, We are using a int Martian Vegeta friend lead, which isn't really the best, mainly because int Martian Vegeta does not fall under the youth or special pose category, but honestly speaking, it doesn't really matter too much. This team of mine here is pretty well stacked and honestly just pretty powerful, and so shouldn't really have like a huge issue with completing the stage or anything like that. Realistically speaking, it shouldn't be that difficult for this team. The Great Saiyaman, the Int Great Saiyaman, he does some really good damage, does some great work. The physical LR Great Saiyaman, they're really starting to do some good damage nowadays. Ever since their EZA, they definitely are able to hit some good damage, especially with so many of their good links linked up with the Int Great Saiyaman. So yeah, pretty nice overall, to be entirely honest with you. One thing is that in his final phase, he does produce candy. Now, you are going to want to have one of the candy consuming units, one of the Halloween units. Units like Grandpa Gohan and Pan, units like the Ghost Tanks, units like Vegeta, the Int Vegeta, units like the AGL Great Saiyaman 5 Trunks, I believe, the Mini Great Saiyaman. So yeah, you're just going to want basically any unit that can eat away at the candy. Obviously, it's not necessarily absolutely required. You can 100% get by without it, but it would definitely be helpful, I think, overall, to definitely have this and to make it work. Would 100% definitely help you. But at the same time, like I said, it's really not the absolute end of the world to not gain key from the candy, but they do help. So if you are looking for them, a lot of them are free to play units. They are currently out, so you can definitely get them quite easily. Don't panic. I would suggest Ghost Tanks and Ghost, and yeah, I would definitely suggest that. But yeah, that is the Dokkan event. Pretty straightforward. Took us a little bit longer than the Goku one, mainly because we're using a slightly weaker team. But I mean, they did more than fine. As always, it's pretty much the same stock standard Dokkan event. It's nothing too crazy, and you should be pretty okay with it. You shouldn't really be struggling too much. But yeah, that is pretty much it for the video. There's nothing much more really to identify here. Like I said, you need 77 medals, so you'll get 7 per attempt of the second difficulty. You will get between 2 to 6 of the first difficulty, and yeah, should be good. But yeah, there are a couple units you can awaken from this event, so if you do need to awaken those units, you can. And yeah, as always, leave a like on the video if you enjoyed it, or leave a comment and I'll try and reply. But that's all for now. Bye.